Students, today we are going to discuss about the chapter number 6, combustion and flame, and first term here is combustion. Combustion is the process, chemical process, in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. To give off heat and light is called combustion. When substance is allowed to be burned or heated, it means it reacts with oxygen for their burning, and along with that they give heat and light with the product. So here this is a substance that is allowed to be heated, magnesium, and substance always burn or heat in the presence of oxygen. So in the presence of oxygen, magnesium convert into magnesium oxide and this gives heat and light. So this process is known as combustion. What is this mean? Chemical process. Whenever 2 or 3 or more substance undergoes chemical reaction, that we call chemical reaction. So here reaction of magnesium and oxygen occurs. So this is the chemical process. Next is charcoal and oxygen react with each other. The wooden piece after undergoes in burning process, it gets converted into black color substance, and that black color substance also act as a fuel. So charcoal, so that substance we call charcoal, and that act as a fuel in which carbon is present. So carbon react with oxygen and convert into CO2, heat and light. So this is the combustion in which heat and light is also released along with the product. And what is a flame? When substance such as this is wooden piece, when substance is allowed to be heated, and after burning or during the process of burning, it produces heat. It produces heat in form, maybe that heat in form of light or in form of glow and in form of flame. Such as when wooden part undergoes during the process of burning, it produces heat in the form of glow. And if we allow LPG gas to be burned or to be ignited, so then LPG gas produce heat in the form of flame. So that is flame. And what is meant by ignited, we will discuss sometimes after. Student, next is after understanding the combustion process, next term is combustible substance. And combustible substance means the substance that is allowed to be undergone in the process of combustion, in which that substance is burned. That substance we call combustible substance, and combustible substance we call combustible substance as fuel. Okay. So here 3 essential requirements for producing fire. Fire means that combustible fuel or substance that undergo in combustion process. So after undergoing the combustion process, combustible substance start producing fire or starts to be burned. So I hope you will not get confused between the terms of fire producing fire or burning process or combustion process. They are linked to each other. So and for producing fire or the essential conditions that is required for the substance to be burned or to undergo in the combustion process or for burning process, there are 3 condition requirement. First is fuel, and second air, and third is heat. If there is any 3 condition is absent, it means that substances will not be gone on in the process of combustion. So fuel, air, and heat. Fuel means fuel such as that is combustible substance is called as fuel. That substance that will be allowed to be burned and that will be allowed to react with oxygen, that we have discussed in the process of combustion. Combustible substances such as wooden will act as a fuel, or that fuel we call as a combustible substance. Petrol, diesel, and LPG, CNG, that all fuel, and that all substance can be burned or can able to produce fire. So they all act as a combustible substances. Air, oxygen gas, O2, that oxygen gas symbol O2, and oxygen gas is very essential for the producing fire or for the ignition of the combustible substances. And what is the mean of ignition? We will discuss after some time. And next is heat. Such as this is wooden. Tell me that can this wood automatically be starts producing fire or be starts burnt? No. Until we not provide this a certain temperature at which this wood starts producing fire. Till that condition, this wood is will not produce fire or will not be started to burn. So at first before this wood is allowed to be burned or before starting burn, we have to give some heat to this wooden piece or some temperature. And after receiving some heat, this wood starts to producing fire and starts to be burned. So heat is also necessary. So here a term is come that we call ignition temperature. Ignition temperature means a temperature at which substance starts to be burned. And each and every substance have a specific temperature at which that substance starts to producing fire. So that that temperature we call ignition temperature. And ignition temperature is different for particular substance or for particular fuel, such as LPG, CNG, and wood, piece, kerosene. They are all having different ignition temperature at which they starts producing fire. So three conditions are necessary for producing fire. So I hope you have understood this. Students, our next question is that when a clothes of a person catch fire, then why does a person use blanket to extinguish fire? Because when person is covered with blanket, air supply is cut off, and because air is necessary condition for producing fire. So if air supply is cut off, in that condition fire extinguished. So there is need to be stop the supply of air. So when a person cover his body with blanket, so the air present around him gets trapped by the pores present in blanket. So air supply is cut off, so fire is extinguished. So here when a person is covered with blanket, air supply is cut off, leading to extinguished fire. The pores present in blanket trap the air present around the person, so fire is extinguished. Students, next is ignition temperature. That the heat or temperature, certain heat or temperature is required for producing fire of some combustible substances. Students, next term is ignition temperature. As you know that three conditions is required for a substance to be burned. To be ignited. Ignited is a synonym of burn. So ignition temperature. What is the ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catch fire is called its temperature. Is called its ignition temperature. Here ignition is come. So it's called its ignition temperature. And each substance or different substance having different ignition temperature. Some substance having very low ignition temperature, some substance have very high ignition temperature. So here is example of wood. To be ignited this wood, we have to use kerosene or paper. Why? Why we have to use kerosene or paper to ignite for the ignition of wood? Because if we try to ignite this wood or burn this wood by using burning matchstick, then burning matchstick cannot capable to give this wood as its ignition temperature, because this burning matchsticks having a temperature below from its ignition temperature. So we have to use burning paper, or if we pour some kerosene oil on this wood and then we use matchstick to burn this, then it suddenly catch fire, because kerosene oil, by pouring kerosene oil on the wood, and then we use matchstick. In that condition, burning kerosene oil provide ignition temperature to this wood, so wood particles can be ignited. So we have to use this kerosene oil or burning paper. Next is sodium piece. If we put sodium piece in our room temperature properly, then sodium pieces catch fire itself, because sodium pieces having very low ignition temperature below the at room temperature, it can catch fire. So the room temperature acts as a ignition temperature for these sodium pieces. Students, so by understanding the ignition temperature, you may be understood that different combustible substance having different ignition temperature to which they starts burning. So next is, how does matchstick starts to burn? The ending part of the matchstick having this head part, and that head part is a mixture of antimony trisulfide, potassium chlorate and white phosphorus. This is the chemical substance and chemical compound by which the head of the matchstick is made up. So when we rub this part on this matchbox, so by rubbing this part on this surface of matchbox, because of the force that act during the time of rubbing this head on this surface, a heat is developed. So because of that heat, the white phosphorus that is present in this part, that white phosphorus attain its ignition temperature because of this heat that is produced by the rubbing this head on the surface of this matchbox. So because of this heat, white phosphorus attain its ignition temperature and it starts burn. So it starts burn, it means matchsticks starts to burn and producing heat or producing fire in form of flame. So this is that how does matchstick starts to burn. Students, you know that combustible substance, to be burned, the combustible substances. Students, you know that for burning of the combustible substances, a temperature that we call ignition temperature is necessary. If the temperature below than its ignition temperature, then combustible substance will not burn. So this is a heating water in a paper cup. So this is paper cup, and here paper is folded condition, and that is kept over this chimney. And at first paper cup there is water is present, and in that water is not present. So this is this paper cup gets burned, but this paper cup didn't get burned because when heat is allowed to this paper cap, such as and this paper cap having water inside it, and heat is provided to this paper cap. When heat is provided to this paper cap, then provided heat to the paper is transferred to water by the process of conduction. You know what is a conduction in your 7th class. So you may have well understood about the term conduction. So the heat provided to this paper cup by this heat. So the heat that is provided to this paper cup is transferred to the water. So paper didn't get burned. Why? Because of the receiving heat, water starts to boil. So why did here paper not burned? Because paper didn't get its ignition temperature at which it starts burn, because the heat that is provided to paper cup is transferred to water. So this is the reason that why did paper cup not burned. Students, next term is inflammable substance, and I wrote here definition: the substance which have a very low ignition temperature, that a very low amount of heat is required to burn them, and can easily catch fire with a flame. What is flame? When combustible substance is allowed to be heated or allowed to be burned, they burn in the form of flame, or and when combustible substance is burned, they produce heat in the form of flame or in the form of glow. That is flame. So with a flame are called inflammable substance. An example, petrol, alcohol and LPG. LPG that we use in our home. The LPG is filled in our home cylinder that we use in kitchen. So by giving just a heat of burning matchstick, LPG gas starts burning because it having very low ignition temperature. Students, next is that how do we control fire? By understanding this, we will also know that what does fire brigade do after reaching at the site of fire. So how do we control fire? We can control fire by stopping the two conditions that is responsible for burning the substance or for producing fire. To bring the temperature of combustible substance below its ignition temperature. You know that ignition temperature is required for producing fire. So if we can capable to bring down the temperature of a combustible substance below its ignition temperature, then fire can be extinguished. So why fire brigade pour water on fire? Because of pouring water, combustible substance gets cooled, and because of cooling, their temperature gets down below its ignition temperature. So fire can be extinguished. Next is by preventing the supply of air. Air is also necessary condition for producing fire, and if supply of air is cut off, in that condition fire is also extinguished. So when fire brigade pour water on the fire, in that condition water vapors surrounded the combustible substances, and because of water vapor that are present surrounding the combustible substance, they also useful in preventing the supply of air, leads to the extinguishing fire. So this is that how do we control fire. I hope you have understood this. Students, next question is how is fire controlled that is caused by electrical equipment and by petrol and diesel. So the fire that is caused by electrical equipment or petrol and diesel, that fire is controlled by using a fire extinguishing cylinder in which CO2 gas is filled up, and CO2 gas is filled up by the compressing process, and because of compressing, CO2 or any gas can be compressed and can be filled in container or cylinder. So CO2 being heavier than oxygen, CO2 is heavier than oxygen, so that it covers the fire like blanket. So it prevents the supply of air between the fuel and surrounding. So since the contact between the fuel and oxygen is cut off, so oxygen gas is not supplied to the fuel. Oxygen gas, the supply of oxygen is cut off because of CO2. So fire is controlled. And and apart from this, CO2 that is released from the cylinder, it also brings down the temperature of fuel below its ignition temperature. So it also helpful in coming down the temperature of combustible substance below its ignition temperature. So by the two methods, CO2 gas can capable to control the fire, and CO2 gas that is released by the cylinder also do not harm the electrical equipment.